Okay, this is the back, one of the back white crosses off the back of my car, and it's got very poor performance when you're reversing. There's not much, I mean that's quite transparent, but you just don't seem to get much, and if it's a dark area it doesn't seem to hit the tarmac or mud or whatever it is you parked on if you're in the middle of nowhere, and you can't see too well where you're going backwards. Tree stumps can soon be found and not in the best possible way, so I thought maybe I can get something a bit better than the standard bulb that's in there. If you turn it over to this side, it's in the back, it just has the standard kind of 20-watt bulb, which fits in that centre hole, and that's how it's designed. It's got this huge vent area for, well, venting, but I don't see why you'd need so much. And I thought, these things, 4-watt LED fittings, I might be able to get one in there, and I've checked and I can actually get one in through this hole if I cut some of this plastic away, which won't be needed because these are a beamed bulb, they're not a reflected white, so I don't need any of the plastic reflector at all. I can cut that away, I can get one inside, and what I have noticed is if you unscrew the back off the bulb, it just happens to be a perfect fit in that hole, which means I can mount it by screwing this back into the back of that, and that'll hold it in position. Well, it seems when you take the backs off they kind of fall apart, and then you can see some errors in their construction. I'm taking the fronts off to allow more dispersal. I've just tried them with the fronts on and it's too much of a beam, it's not diffused enough, so I thought I'd take the tops off and just use the bare LEDs. If you do that, then they fall out of the heatsink cases, so I've gone with some heatsink compound on one side and some impact adhesive on the other, which can match up with some impact adhesive inside the case, and hopefully that'll keep the LEDs back against the cases and stop any heat from being an issue. But these things are made for use and used for hours at a time, whereas you tend to only 60 seconds and that's it, you're backed into where you want to be, so I don't think heat build-up will be an issue, but better to be safe. Well, there we are, that's the first one fitted. These pins are going to have to come off. These pins will be swapped out for some wiring, but as you can see I cut down I melted down the top so that I could put the original fitting back on. The two pins will come off, 2 pieces of wire will be used to go around to the connector, and anybody who's wondering about my thumb, it's leather dye. I've been working on the upholstery and I've been putting it on and scrubbing it in by hand, and it gets into your fingers. In fact, I'm not quite sure what gets it off, since it's supposed to be permanent. I should have used gloves, I guess. Anyhow, I'll go put some wires on this. So there we are with the wires attached, and I've also put some insulation over the small, is it an inverter board? I'm not sure. It's some kind of, it's current regulation for the LEDs, but I'm not sure whether it's an inverter or a switch mode power supply or what, but anyway, it's a board, it regulates, and it's insulated. Okay, there we are with it fitted back in each side, and when it gets dark I'll go out and give it a try, see if it's any better than the old one that was in.